maybe black women would have more success in the dating space just in general if they learned how to be softer.
We've gone from having social networks where we are networking, we are talking, building relationships, to having social media platforms where creators are platformed. And so now our interaction with social media isn't necessarily about going on there to interact, but going out on there to be viewers. Hello and welcome to TMS Hottakes. Welcome to another week of shenanigans.
Keeping it hot with TMS Hottakes. Guys, can you tell us if this is what you desire? Like that intro. You see what I'm saying?
No, we want something else. And I speak for the people.
Wow, what a turnaround though.
I speak for the people.
I don't like your music to...
I never said I don't like your music.
What did you say?
Did I say?
What did you say? You liked it.
What did I say? I didn't like it.
Girl, everything else in you
it's
was
not that
displaying.
I don't like your music. I want you to polish your craft.
Okay.
I'm giving you opportunities to polish your craft and you're not taking it.
To refine myself.
So
you want me to come out here like wild and out, like ready to...
No. I want you to do what you used to do to us.
Right? Why are you saying used to do to us as if this was an infliction?
It was.
You're sounding like it. Exactly.
It was.
Does an infliction sound like something?
But you're committed to it now.
Gotta go back to the studio.
Even an open line, even the melody. You're meant to be coming up with a theme tune to this show.
I'm thinking. Give me some time.
Okay,
give me until like. No, I don't want to put anything out there because if I put it out there, no, exactly. But that's the problem. When it's time bound, it means I have to deliver.
Exactly.
It's called accountability. Yeah, exactly. Which is why I'm actively avoiding. I am actively choosing to self-sabotage right now.
I'm glad you admit that to yourself. Self-awareness is the first stage.
Self-awereness, exactly.
The first stage. So
that's where we're staying the first stage.
We're going to go without a theme.
Give me some time to think of something, man.
Okay, no problem.
Or we could roll out to the sisters. We'd love to say, we'd love to know.
Okay.
We could do a competition.
No.
Even. Oh my god.
Because you see how you're palming it off to other people when you're meant to be coming up with a theme tune.
This could be a competition.
The in-house rapper.
Guys, because I know there's this could be an opportunity for us to platform the wonderful women of our community. Okay, so
Renee has decided to pass on her responsibilities.
This could be a real great opportunity to highlight the thriving music careers of the folks that we have.
What about your thriving music career?
A word that we use on this podcast often is, the word sequencing. And I just feel like, I feel so strongly that like, especially here in my heart, I feel like it's just not the right time. And sometimes you have to like...
When is the right time?
You have to honor that, right?
When is the right time?
I'm just going to be patient. I'm just going to like allow God to progressively reveal to me when he believes that it's the right time for me to share my music.
No problem.
So I'd appreciate some support during this time.
And you've got all of my support. You've got all of it.
During this time of me doing some soul searching, doing some work on myself.
Well, another week with no introduction song. Put your fingers at the in-house rapper. So, welcome. What are you waving? That camera's not on.
No, that one.
Oh.
You said put your fingers at the in-house rapper.
Anyways, in today's episode, we're going to be chatting about some really fun things, from the Barbie Snub to...
What's the Barbie Snub?
Oh, so I think it's the Academy Awards. So, Barbie, the film that came at us all with Barbie Pink.
Oh, they got snubbed?
No. So Ryan Gosling is the only one who has received a nomination for his performance.
Only?
And the criticism has been, this is exactly what the plot of Barbie is about. That like men often overshadow women. So I wanted us to share our thoughts on that because I have some thoughts.
Yeah.
Changing behaviors on social media, revisiting our conversation on slang words we should bring back, because I've discovered that one of my favorite ones I forgot to mention.
Yeah.
As well as just some of the things we're loving. That's what I've got to the table.
Love it. Got just a few things on my side. Saw a nice little TikTok or like video on YouTube. I was like, black women would win more if they were softer. More soft. Less harsh. Less soft. Less strong. So we'll get into that.
Okay.
I believe there is also... Sorry guys, I'm not a pro. My short-term memory
you
is
literally
actually
just
so bad.
Told me this.
My short-term memory is so bad. So bad. Oh, are you joining the war?
No.
And what's your favorite way to relax right now?
Nice. What do you want to start with, honey?
Oh, do we want to go serious, or do we want to start with a bit of, chill?
You can start a bit light.
Yeah. Okay.
Are
you joining the war?
Yeah, literally. I was about to ask, are you joining the war? So
Yikes.
No.
No, yeah, no.
No.
Not interested.
If they are, so for context.
The context is, are you joining the war? There's warfare going raging.
Some people don't know. We've been telling people to curate their feed. Some people don't know.
Exactly. They blocked it. Guys, it feels like the world superpowers are all converging on each other. Obviously, we've been hearing about warfare like just across the world, literally across the world. But when it gets very close to home, with all the hostilities in Yemen, the hostilities in literally every part of the world. Yeah, every part of the world. There was like a news article that was like, oh, we might actually need to
Start
open
training.
active conscription.
Yeah.
I said, well, I'm proactively not part of that.
Yeah. I think what they call it, conscientious objection.
Yeah. The thing that we learned in history all that time ago. It came in handy now. I knew in our lifetime we'd have to use it.
It's really crazy. Like, if we were to go to war and there was like a World War III, I remember one of our friends was around, two of our friends were around, and I was like, oh, would you let your husband go to war? Nope.
Not a single chance.
Nope. It's so...
Do I look like
is
somebody
it
that
bad?
could be a
Is it
war
good?
wife?
We
No,
don't know.
it's not
But
good.
what is actually sad is, whilst we are also here talking about whether we would sign up for war, some people have war thrusted upon them and they have no choice.
It's actually unfortunate.
They have no choice.
Genuinely,
They
it's
are
unfortunate.
not trained militia. They are civilians
Just
caught in the
going
crossfire
about their business. Going about
of
their
global
business.
superpowers
Going about
acting foolish.
Their whole, and you know what? I think that for me is the biggest frustration.
Yeah.
Is that we have armies and people are dying based off of the decisions of like minute few.
Yeah, it's really sad, and the world is really in a bleak place right now. Like, you've got Palestine, Israel, you've got Ukraine, you've got Russia, you've got all these different territories. Sudan is going through bits. Congo. Like, there's a lot going on in the world right now, and there's probably so much more which we haven't mentioned, and just injustice in general is running rife. I think it's important in this time to, like, yes, educate yourself, to support causes which you really want to support that can actually bring about good in the world, and also just remember everybody's humanity. No matter what side you stand on politically, innocent civilians are actually dying. Even if they were guilty. Civilians don't deserve to die. Children, like, it's really, really sad, the things you hear and you see. But if they bring war to this country,
absolutely
guys, I'm sorry, you can't count on me. I'm a spiritual soldier.
She said, I will pray for the masses.
I'm a spiritual soldier. That's for physical battle. I don't know. Like, I really think about sometimes, like, imagine being alive. See, that's the thing. It's even like me saying, imagine being alive during World War II. Firstly, yes, there were people alive during World War II, but also there are people being alive now during wars. Like, imagine being on that side. Yeah. So scary. Not to put a downer on things, but, like, so scary.
I think it's also the recognition that, we are the weakest link.
Absolutely.
We are you will have to get rid of me first.
Absolutely.
I have no interest in hanging around longer than I need to.
It's over. It's over. It's over. It's times like this where I can't imagine what it would be like to be a parent.
This is so tangential.
Yeah.
Super tangential. But in terms of the weakest link thing, part of what I do at, like, work sometimes is like daily stand-up questions where you come with, like, random questions and all that kind of stuff. So the random question was, like, if there was a zombie apocalypse, who are the 3 people that you would bring with you?
Jackie Chan.
Yeah.
Who else would I bring with me?
You can bring people that are superheroes, by the way, if you would find that helpful.
If there was a zombie apocalypse, okay, still stand with Jackie Chan.
Jackie Chan is so funny.
Absolutely. I'm trying to think of my favorite Marvel soups.
Do you want to hear what my pick was?
Yeah, go on.
My pick was Thor.
I hear that.
Wanda.
Wanda is also my pick.
And then my third pick was you.
Why were you?
And do you want to know
why?
This? Exactly. For the entertainment.
No, that's not entertaining. Firstly,
A, for the entertainment, but
what's
B,
entertaining about me being in a zombie?
Sorry.
You're actually an enemy of progress. How could you drag me into that?
And when I was saying it, I literally
I
said,
didn't think one of my enemies would be you.
Listen. What was funny was when I was saying it, I was like, guys, she's not going to be happy about this, but my best friend and housemate, I think I'd bring her as the person, like, one
And
of
what
the
did
people.
they say?
They were like, oh, wow. Is it for like moral support or moral compass? I said, yeah, all of that. But I just think it would be very funny.
Do you think I'm a joke? Do you think I am a joke?
Do you know what?
This is a matter of life and death. And you're saying you'd bring me for entertainment value?
No, but do you know why? Hold on, let me explain. First of all, I think it would just be funny. You navigating
I love how
the
you have
zombie
no
apocalypse.
hope that I'd actually be able to protect us.
110%. But also, I think as somebody that likes to banter in situations of peril, I would need somebody that's also a co-banterer, because I just feel like you bring everyone else that's extremely serious, and then all of a sudden there's no joy in life. And I know that it's a
zombie
perilous
apocalypse.
Yeah, but then you could key a little bit before it's your time to go.
Oh,
That was my reasoning. So
okay. I'm dragging you into my own situation.
let's go.
Dragging you into my own situation.
I want to tell you, I won't be lasting long, but the one that I last will have a good have a good time.
Amen.
Sorry, that's so funny.
Amen.
Oh gosh, because people were picking, like, everyone started saying serious people, and I was just like, this is if you wanted to survive for a long time in a zombie apocalypse. I have no intention of such.
It's true. Wanda Maximoff is a good choice though.
Yeah.
And talking about film, the Barbie Snub.
Yeah, let's go.
So
go
as I
Explain
explained to you, I did explain. That's the full story. So did you watch Barbie when it came? Oh, it was really good. I watched it when I was in Singapore.
Is there any spoilers that you're going to say before you?
No.
Okay. You know, the last TMS Hottakes, somebody was like, "Oh, guys," like literally the comment. No,
it was you.
No. But I'm sure I said something before.
You didn't. And I was like, whoa, spoilers. And you're like, oh yeah, guys, spoiler alert. After you said it.
Sorry. Yeah, somebody was.
Anyway, when you come into these episodes, just know nobody is safe.
Yeah, there will be spoilers,
but
no
spoiler alerts. But basically, like, the theme of Barbie is just around, feminism. Feminism. I'm trying to be vaguey. And yet Ryan Gosling obviously got a nomination. So the overarching commentary on that has been, we told you so.
Sugar.
But one thing I think is most interesting is the take that Shantae Joseph actually had. Love you, Shantae. Which was very similar to my initial feelings when I saw it, but he was kind of the only person who was deserving of a nomination, of an award in that film. Now, don't get me wrong, America Ferrera, Margot Robbie, like, really great performances and stuff, but nothing exceptional enough for me to be like, give that woman an Oscar. Do you get what I mean? I think for me, Ryan Gosling, who I don't really care for in films sometimes, actually really embodied the whole Ken character a lot better. So I think based on just craft, do you get what I mean? However, I think because a lot of times, award shows, and you can decide where you stand on this, like, are political and people feeding into, we want to make a political point. Yeah. Whether it is on race or feminism or whatever, people, or even if it's like interpersonal, interrelational politics, like when Leonardo DiCaprio won his Oscar, and it was like, this is for the wrong film. Yeah. And about 10 years too late. 70 years later. Just a long time. I just think it's interesting because it's like, oh no, they should have got it, because obviously the point would have been women and championing. It's like, but it's art, the Academy. So yeah, I got where people are coming from, but I felt like it was a bit of a reach for me. Interesting.
I mean, I definitely know that the Academy has had a long established history and track record for not recognizing minorities or marginalized communities of any capacity, which is unfortunate, because being able to now say, actually, they're not necessarily being problematic. Yeah. They just didn't think that it was a good enough performance. Is hard to do now, because they have a long established record of being institutionally and all the systems, just all the systems, which is a shame. It's a shame.
It is.
But
is it? I think I get where people are coming from, which is if you still follow the train of thought, which we do believe around injustice towards women or like inequalities, this is what would have happened. But also, if we are going based on art as well, this is what would have happened. Do I think anyone in Barbie, compared to other films that have come out, should have gotten a nomination? No, I think
maybe none of them.
I actually don't think maybe Barbie should have been nominated apart from best marketing.
Yeah.
Which was absolutely amazing. Like, it was a cultural moment, so don't get me wrong. But also, hundreds of films are released every year, which probably would have seen performances which were much better than Ryan Gosling's performance even.
Maybe you shouldn't have won the nomination. Then,
in general, do you get? I mean, however, he did. Sad.
Such is life, though.
Simple as.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah. It created a lot of discourse online, which I thought was quite interesting.
Kind of makes me think, well, kind of tangential but related, but this whole idea of how do we now celebrate and incorporate those that have been marginalized from a lot of these narratives in a way that's actually good and can be received by not just the Academy, but also audiences in general. So I think of like, what was that latest Marvel film that bombed completely? The one that nobody wanted to go and watch, that had like Captain Marvel and like a whole bunch of other females, what is the name? Women's at the front.
I've forgotten the name.
It's the fact that we can't even remember the name of it.
Yeah, you're so right. What is that film called?
I couldn't tell you. Absolutely couldn't tell you. And it was like, oh, you know, this is a win for women. Was it?
I mean, in some ways, like the fact that they were there. And it was such a big blockbuster film and they're on the front screen. I get where people are coming from, but also sometimes you just can't deny, like, we don't want to now make things tokenistic. Yeah, exactly. Like, you don't just want to go and see it because it's women. Go and see it because it's good, and women are good. But also, it's okay to say it's not. Yeah, I've already been quite public about how I feel about Brie Larson as Captain Marvel. But that was unfortunate. Do you get what I mean? So I want to go and watch things for the art and not just. And I think sometimes it then takes away from when it takes away from the fact that not the films, the conversation takes away from the fact that there are women who are really good, who should go and be supported and recognized as well. And I think that's what we're fighting against. And of course, I also believe in mediocrity. 110%. Go and do your mediocre thing. Those people were still paid hundreds of millions. They really were. So they should go really at a loss. Only us. Exactly. The viewers. Our viewing displeasure. Hey. Unfortunate. And I think it's interesting because oftentimes these are the things people point at and be like, you see, this is what's wrong with like the world and how diversity. They treat women and it's like, but there were injustices yesterday as well go pick that you were very quiet about. Yeah. Maybe because it wasn't white women in Hollywood. Yep. And that's why Mary had a little lamb. Alas. Speaking of racial tensions. Yes. The soft life of black women. A bit of context. There was a discussion running on YouTube. You know, I came across it unfortunately. You know, algorithm and stuff. You know, occasionally the algorithm tries to break some things up. And I think I had been noticing that I was watching content from black people. You know, all that. Said you're black. And it's like, at least you're interested in it. Got him. Got him. She's a brownie. So there was this. I think she was like Latinx or Latino babe who was talking about, you know, being a woman of color, but not a black woman, and how it was an unfortunate conversation around the dating preferences and black men's dating preferences, you know, unfortunate. And she was talking about, you know, maybe black women would have more success in the dating space just in general if they learned how to be softer. And the comments in that YouTube video, oh my goodness gracious, they went off on a sister. I said there was raucous emoji. Raucous, she said, you're off your rockers, baby. And the whole thing was just unfortunate to me because I feel like black women are constantly just in the mouths. Can you leave us alone? Of people for no reason. Why you got our names in your mouth? What you want from us? When you popping. But I don't understand. Like, and then this whole idea of softness, like since the beginning of time, it feels black women have been made to be
masculinized for all the wrong reasons, and every day it's be soft, be feminine, be soft, stop being so angry, stop being so this. How about you rest?
How about you shut up?
Stop.
Why every day I have something to say? Don't.
I think, but did you?
I hate stuff like that because it feels very like, it's just such a simple solution. It's just such a simple solution. Be more like us. Be more like me.
Be soft.
How about no?
First of all, are you soft? Second of all, what does the softness
even mean? What does it? But I also understand, like, because I feel like these are conversations we would have within our own communities. Black women, I said blick. Sorry. The Black Panther.
The Black Panther.
As Black women amongst ourselves, we would have these kind of conversations. Like, being more feminine, being more whatever.
But always being spoken to.
But always being spoken to and spoken about by people who feel like they have cracked the code. Firstly, how long have Black women been excluded from the examples you said, from this idea of femininity and womanhood anyway? Ain't I a woman? You should go and read that essay. You should go and read that speech. Because how long have we been excluded from that place? Now we're just trying and we're just existing. We're still getting things wrong. You're too masculine. And I also think, to take things further, this whole you're masculine is culturally what womanhood looks like to us, especially like, let's say for us as West African women, womanhood and femininity to us looks very different from what femininity looks like historically in Western countries. So when other people who are not from that culture, don't have that cultural heritage, are like, oh, be more feminine, that's feminine to you. Where I come from, women fight wars and win.
Listen, and they first heavy emphasis on the win.
And it's not to criticize your culture. It's just to say femininity is so subjective and it's so cultural that what you're criticizing me on is completely out of context.
And also, there's just something very awkward and uncomfortable about having non-Black women take up space and be like, "This is what you should do in order to access this." Like, it's a bunch of hoo-ha. It's a bunch of hoo-ha.
And then you'll have... Anyways. TMS Hottakes is not a place for...
that's gunfire. That's machine gun. That's not hot. That's machine gun. That's a serious thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was just an unfortunate thing that I was privy to and had to swipe quite quickly.
But I think it's worth, like, it's fine to have an opinion. It's fine.
Is it?
No, it's of course, because everyone has it. We have opinions. Do you get what I mean? It's good to have an opinion. It's okay to have an opinion. Sorry. It's okay to have an opinion. But I think what you shouldn't do is now run to the internet with your theory. I think go and sit down with some Black women and be like, this is what I think, guys. What do you think? Do you get what I mean?
You've got to run it by somebody.
You've got to run it by somebody, because that's how you'll find yourself on the internet and people will drag you for filth.
Every day, all these open letters to Black women.
Stop that. That's what I mean. Close your letters. Close them.
Don't write
Close
them.
them. There's a reason why some things don't see the light of day.
Don't even begin there. Don't even begin there. This I need to address. How about you don't go back into your driveway? Stop. Cease and desist.
No. Or if you really do want to have a thought about it, make sure that you've explored the complexities. And I think that's what a lot of people don't come in before they sit down and they turn on their mics and their cameras. They don't look at the complexity.
You should be this. Do you know what we have been through?
Thank you.
That you're coming to tell me to be soft. You. Ain't a safe space that I can point to that you're telling me to come and be soft.
And be soft.
Be sick.
In a world that's hardened me.
I have calluses.
Get out.
Calluses because of this world. That you expect me to just be soft.
So yeah, less think pieces, more conversation.
Yeah,
more conversation.
Less think pieces if you ain't thinking.
Yeah,
no pieces. Just think.
Just think. Just
think.
But talking about think pieces, I saw a TikTok,
a
think piece, which was really good, actually, really insightful, of a lady who was talking about the changing nature of the internet.
Yeah.
And how we have gone from, it's something a friend said to me yesterday, we've gone from having social networks where we are networking, we are talking, building relationships, to having social media platforms where creators are platformed. And so now our interaction with social media isn't necessarily about going on there to interact, but going out on there to be viewers, to be entertained. And it was really interesting because like she was saying how the general behavior and feel of social media is changing. We go onto Instagram, Twitter, or like YouTube, whatever, to watch our favorite creators. We don't necessarily go there with the intention of like commenting and all of that stuff. Like it's not that. Maybe we'll share things amongst our friends, but like we're going on there as purveyors, if you will.
So true.
And then I saw a really interesting thing in the comments of somebody saying this is probably why people are like, ooh, monitoring spirits, because people are turning more into viewers. It's not necessarily a spiritual thing, it's that the behavior has changed because the apps have changed. You know what I mean? It's less so messaging functions and more so ability to just interact with your favorite creators, and that's whose platform. So I wanted to hear your thoughts on that.
That's so true.
I
think about like back in the day, MSN, Facebook, all them kind of things there. I wasn't necessarily looking. MySpace, where you used to put like music on your page.
Did you ever have a MySpace?
Unfortunately I did, but not for long. I was a late adopter, very late adopter, because I was just like, what is this? MySpace made me think of MTV.
That's actually so true on my days. That's actually so true. And I also feel like in the time where we were coming onto social media, MySpace was on its way out, and Instagram and all of that was on its way in. Like Facebook was a big thing for us, and then
BBM and all them things there.
Snapchat, Instagram.
I think it's Snapchat. I know Snapchat. You know, people are still on that Snapchat,
and people are making money.
They're thriving. Money. Yeah. You will not catch me back on that thing. Oh,
I can't do it.
I can't. I think it's so cringe. Just because of my personal experiences. I know Snapchatters will be like, you Snapchat.
I just don't like social media that works in that way.
I hear it. I hear it.
I don't like the whole like CCTV
surveillance
of it. Where it's very much like, show me everything.
Stop it. It's like, oh, send me private snaps. Some of you are dirty. I think there is something about social media in general where it has become almost like a satellite agency for
not letting us say
it's given a satellite surveillance feel rather than building community. Because I remember back in the day when we used to do like Facebook and stuff. Do you remember when we were in university? Facebook was that girl.
Do you remember in secondary school when you would build like your Facebook family?
Yes.
And you'll add somebody as like your sister, my mother, my...
Do you know how cringe that was?
My brother.
And you'll have one older girl in like, that's my
12,
older, that's my older. My mom.
Literally.
Can you imagine? Your real mom
is saying there. Family trees.
You've put Talani from year 12 as your mom on Facebook.
Younger pink gal. It's your mother.
So embarrassing. And heaven forbid you're in a relationship with somebody. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it used to be all the rage, man. Yeah. Connecting with your peers.
Contemporaries.
Now it's all about entertainment and watching people.
Yeah.
And I think because people are so used to now watching people, they forget to interact with people.
Absolutely.
Which is why, not to say that when people say, oh, I have haters, they're lying. But I think it's not being conducive to their experience. I wouldn't say that they have a lot of active haters that they think that they have.
Yeah.
I think they just have a lot of passive viewers now.
Yes.
As opposed to people that interact with them and their content.
Yes.
And I think it can be quite discouraging as a content creator if this is now, your line of work. I create content, I'm an entertainer. Can you guys like interact with me and stuff like that? Definitely understood. And as content creators, we know the importance of metrics and, getting people engaged and stuff. But it doesn't mean that people that don't interact with you but are still like followers or like see your stuff are active haters. And I think it's that, right? It's the perception of people as negative, as haters, as people that are not investing in you because they're not showing up in the way that you need them to for you to get your checks. No, real rap. It's like, you just follow me, you just watch my stuff all the time. You must hate me. No, I don't feel strongly.
You must be a monitoring spirit.
Exactly. I don't feel strongly about this to comment. And monitoring spirits, this whole idea of monitoring, I don't think it's as negative all the time. Because I think of like when I monitor things, like when my friends go on holiday, I'm in there.
A viewer.
Baby, I'm viewing. I'm invested. Granted, I will probably comment just because I enjoy it. But I like the idea of having that snapshot into people's lives and them creating a story that I can enjoy, but also partake in as somebody that's invested. I think it's when people take it too far and become entitled to viewing, entitled to consuming people's content, that it gets a bit it's a bit freaky now. That's where the monitoring spirit comes from, because now you are invested in their entire life. Like you're invested in the details to the point where they won't post for like 2 days. Where you at?
Mm-hmm.
Where you at?
But do you feel like that's not necessarily... Like, I get where you're coming from, but do you think that's monitoring spirit or just being a fan? Do you get what I mean? Or like a bit of idolatry, which is not good in itself. But I think to myself, like, monitoring spirit is somebody who, like, they need to know, like, they're keeping tabs on you for
do you know how funny
no,
that
because
is?
that's how it's painted. Like, they're keeping tabs on you. Exactly. They're keeping tabs on you for a reason. I don't think it's necessarily that people are